You juggalos out there, wipe that clown makeup off your faces.
Cast the monstrosities of the world.
Well, I used to date Levy.
No kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, it's ATB, back again with another episode of 205 Wrestling, and I've got a treat here. I've got a legitimate official Juggalo co-host, kind of as a belated birthday present to Violent J, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, Juggalucha is in the house. You see the former JCW World title right there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not me. Definitely manager. I would manage previous. It's mine now.
So,
how's your day, my friend?
It's going good, man. It's been a pretty good day. Work was fun. I got to go down and hang out with the wife for a little bit. Gonna record with you and get this up, and then go watch some AEW. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm actually gonna do the same shit, bro.
Wednesdays are a win here.
That's what I'm feeling.
So we were talking a little bit before we got on air about your history as a wrestling fan.
Absolutely.
And so I would actually like to start back with, you were talking about seeing clowns in the WWF.
Yes. So I was actually while I have a WWE tattoo on my hand, I was raised in a WCW household. And Sting was like the family guy. Like everybody, Sting was the family guy. You brought up Ric Flair in this house, you were in trouble. Belt to ass, you probably weren't spending the night again.
So the irony there is that I was a big NWO guy.
I feel it.
My best friend in grade school was a Sting guy.
I feel it.
So, which I was a couple of years older than you. So you probably didn't have that problem. You had more of a...
It was more like by the time that Sting started fighting the NWO, I was at the perfect age where Power Rangers would like absorb to you. And he was fighting people for real. And while all the kids at school were like, oh, Power Rangers, I was like, bro, Sting just dropped down from a fucking ceiling and fought 4 guys. What are you talking about? And
so you got into, it was still realistic to you.
It's still real to me, damn it.
It was still very real to you at that point, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the day that it got shattered, and it felt like, man, I remember that it was worse than Santa being not real. And then it literally swapped in 3 seconds because I grew up. One of the teachers, so there's a WCW wrestling, which I'll get into later. His name was Dean Liptak. And he was part of the Power Company twins. Well, when they retired from WCW, they became school teachers in Florida. I so happened to be at Ridgewood High School in Florida, and he was my science teacher. So instead of teaching science, any of the wrestling fans would go into the back office. Everybody else would teach science, and the rest would get graded on their wrestling stuff. And we would just talk about wrestling and bullshit. And he would give you random grades to mess with you. He once failed Mike as a joke to the rest of us. It was fantastic.
So you caught the Dark Carnival once they popped into WCW.
Yeah, so I was a Sting fan, and we weren't allowed to like Ric Flair. And I remember the first time I saw Great Muta, and he spit green mist. It blew my fucking brain out. Oh, can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay. And it blew my fucking brain out. And when I found it, I remember I sat back down and he jumped into the backflip off the top rope. I almost died. I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. And then I have always had a thing for face paint, whether it was Kiss or Misfits or anything. And when those two and the Dark Carnival got together, I remember thinking like, oh, those look like the dudes from WWF. That's dope. But I wasn't like a super juggalo yet. I was just super down with them because they were kicking it with Muta and Vamp.
Yeah.
And then WrestleMania, my first WrestleMania, Corey is trying to turn me. He's trying to sway me to the other side. Shout out WWE. So he brings me to watch WrestleMania 2000. We're eating Hungry Howie's, everything crust pizza, 6 CD changer. That's a 90s, early 2000s inventions for you. And it goes and it changes from Korn, whatever the Red album is. A Korn person can tell me. And a Colonel, is that their fans? Colonels? I have no idea. But it shifts and Great Malenko comes on. I remember loving it so much. He was like, "You can have it." I only bought it because it was popular in my high school because of the Disney boom or whatever, which I still feel like that's the Carnival providing. It knew that if he did it, he would have the album, bring it to Florida and give it to me. It's mystical, bitch. That's just what I'm saying. And but yeah, I remember the moment in the media when I put that shit together that was the same, like the same clowns, bro. And then I had to go get this shit signed because the WWF Oddities album signed by ICP with them.
Yeah.
And I got the fucking WCW one too with Taken.
The Mayhem. Mayhem. Did you have the edition with Sting or Goldberg on the cover?
I have the edition with Sting.
Good. So one of the things that we're going to discuss this week is Stranglemania.
Woo!
And I'm going to guess that you've probably watched it twice by now.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So I actually did the live unofficial pre-show for it with Joel Harlow. It was a good time.
Thank you, like for real. On behalf of the family, thank you for doing content.
Oh, man, it's enjoyable. JCW is fun to me, so I like doing this kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, bro. Whoa.
Yeah. So I ended up going ahead and staying up. I flipped over to GCW's The Collective and just watched that straight into Stranglemania. That Fred Fury, what is it, Fight Back?
Yep.
That is ruined for me. That is ruined for me for the rest of my life because the entire hour that there was a delay, that song just played on loop.
On loop, bro.
And my friends at Parky Streams, Mark and Callum, were actually live streaming through it all. So we were all three, like they had joined me on my show.
Fight back, red.
Oh God, we were just like.
I wish they would have. So there's a YouTube channel that's Shadow DJ Hatchet Radio, and it's just a dude that just does radio. That's Juggalo stuff all the time, and he's small time. So I wish it would be like Jay put it on that because that'd be dope to just have a random DJ just spinning random records or something while you're waiting. And I doubt he would even ask for money. You know what I mean? He would just be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." Yeah. You know, like, so, bro.
What did you think of that opening 6-man tag?
I thought it was fucking fantastic. Here's the problem. So with JCW, I look at it differently. Like when I see other wrestling, I see wrestling. But when I see JCW, I see a lot of my family and friends. And knowing sometimes it sees like, even if it's the people like Mickey Knuckles, who I might not know personally, but I've met so many times that it's like, I just know that girl's hurting because she puts on such a, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you shake Too Tough Tony's hand, that's a man who has been lighting his hand on fire for 30 years. I'll tell you that for right now. Like that hand is sandpaper. But like, it's just a different feeling watching JCW. Like I yell a little harder and every bump is a little fucking better. And like, it's so sick. Having said that, shout out Jeff the Ref. That's my dog. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me, the opening match was probably the letdown of the show. It
That's
felt
your least
like
favorite?
Cluster. Yeah, I really enjoyed Mr. Happy in it. I enjoy Mr. Happy and everything he does.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's hilarious. I did really enjoy the Kamikaze Chaos with Kerry Morton and Mickey Knuckles. I thought that was a really fun match.
Yeah, that one was great. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot we were talking about the first match, and I brought up Mickey. I was just using that as an example.
Man. I'm good at the segues here.
Yeah, you're the man.
I'll get us back on track. We're good.
Yeah, you're the shit, bro. He wrangled in, bro.
We have the Outbreak in a 3-way tag match with. It started out with just the Brothers of Funstruction. Then we get the return of the Backseat Boys. I had never gotten the opportunity to watch this version remotely close to live.
Yeah.
But I remember watching Trent Acid back in the day in ROH.
Yeah, so yeah. R.I.P. Trent.
To see this this new version, it was neat to see.
Yeah.
And it be a surprise. That's fun to me. Like that is what you should be doing on a show like this, because the point here is to get people to watch more JCW.
Facts.
So we get that fun 3-way tag match. And then we have kind of a, where the hell was Charlie Hawks? What happened there?
I'm actually super confused. Me and Mandy did some research. Did we ever figure out what happened to Charlie? No. I hope.
I never saw anything.
We got to start checking milk cartons, brother, because I don't know where this man is.
Well, apparently he was wrestling on that Only Wrestlers last night.
Really?
He was supposed to wrestle Luke Hawks.
Interesting. I'm definitely going to do some research. I'll get back to you.
I wonder if something fell through with like the vendor that had booked him.
Yeah.
For the convention.
That makes sense.
And at that point, like, it's not worth it to pay for the travel and the wrestling appearance. So, he's not going to be able to make money at the convention. Yeah, I get it. And I think that the 5-way ended up being just fine.
Yeah, it ended up being such a great match.
I would have went ahead and just put Stephen Flow in there.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially with the ongoing feud they're building.
That would have made perfect sense with Ring Rat turning on Disco Ray.
Bro, when Ring Rat turned on Disco Ray, it hurt. So it was like, no, not sweet Disco Ray.
Look, buddy,
he's such an innocent man.
She's a Ring Rat. That's what she's going to do here. You know this.
Yeah, she is like easily one of. She is fantastic. Like, what a great character.
She's going to work her way through the roster by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's gonna be everybody's fucking manager.
Yeah, manager. Yeah. We have.
They won the lunches though because of that.
It's true. The booty gives them courage. It inspires victory.
Well, it's like when He-Man would pull out the sword, when Ring Rat pulls out her ass, you have the power.
You have the power!
Yeah. So we get a really weird tag team match for the JCW women's title, which this is the second time we've done this recently. It's a Russo staple, I think.
Yeah.
J-Rod, and I called it that it would be Nyla Rose as the surprise.
I actually didn't see that coming, and it was the biggest shock of the night for me and Mandy. I popped pretty hard. That shocked me.
On the pre-show, we were talking about it, and it clicked with me that Nyla had been on all the ads.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them. And I was like,
oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. So that was just, it was funny to get it right, and I think it made sense. I was good with it. I really like that J-Rod is the women's champion now.
Yeah, it's smart, especially since she's going to be on that show.
American Gladiators.
There you go. And it'll be next to Camille or whatever. Not Camille.
Well, not just that, man. She's got
whoever the other person is.
American Gladiators has Camille from AEW, Wardlow. If you've ever watched the MTV challenges, they've got Fessy from It. He was also on Big Brother. They've got Rick Boogs from the WWE. The Miz is one of the hosts.
So she'll be amongst a bunch of wrestling talent and get the JCW name out there.
Yeah, it's a rub for JCW.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah, it was a smart business decision. I love Danny Moe. I think she's a hell of a performer.
Oh yeah.
What I've gotten to see of Big Al, I've enjoyed too. She's just not wrestled a ton on JCW, and I've not ventured out yet to more indies.
Yeah.
I was really brokenhearted by this 6-man tag that came up next.
What was your least favorite part?
So I had tweeted beforehand, Kenta and RVD in a ring together. Nothing else matters at WrestleMania. Like that was all I cared about. And then the first damn thing that happens is Rob busts his nose. And we have to call an audible. Match is basically thrown out. So that was very like, fucking hell, really?
Yeah, that sucked because he barely did anything. And okay.
I think he wanted to, but
but when you're dazed because your nose is destroyed, it's hard to really get.
Well, I think that Carl Anderson was like, no, because he kind of threw him back out real quick.
Yeah, that's true.
We had the 4-way for the JCW World Title.
Yep.
Not the one on your shoulder, but the official one.
The newer one, yeah, the lunacy belt. I gotta get the lunacy belt, bro. I'm gonna put this down so it's not in frame anymore. I'm sorry.
You're good. So it's not killing your shoulder anymore.
Yep. 10 pounds to go. That's why I'm a manager or a rep.
So we have Cocaine defending the belt against Caleb Conley, Matt Riddle, and Nick Nemeth. Juggalo Nick Nemeth with the Violent J face paint and everything. Caleb eliminates him first with the Burning Hammer.
It's so crazy to see Burning Hammer just casually used on JCW. It's insane. I love it.
It's Caleb Conley killing people with a Burning Hammer every week.
I know. Caleb's awesome. My God.
He eliminates Nemeth with it. Eliminates Matt Riddle with it. I cheer. Eliminates. I'm not a Riddle fan.
I feel it.
He then eliminates or tries to eliminate Cocaine with it, but EC3 doesn't count the 3 because Jeeves Carter, his cousin, does not like this.
Shout out Jeeves. Hold up.
Uh-oh. Have we got Jeeves Sachi in the house?
No, I wish. That'd be so sick. I'm all the way in Florida. Shout out Jeeves. The real United States. This isn't a fake one either. This is definitely a real one. Not leather. All gold. See, you can tell because gold does this.
Uh-huh. That's legit. As legitimate as they come.
Yep.
So Cocaine ends up retaining. And then we have the final United States match for Vampiro. As he comes out with Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. Really nice to see that. And that was how most of us got introduced to Vampiro.
Yep.
Most wrestling fans in the United States, that was our introduction right there.
Yep, that's how you met him, was with the clowns as a package.
And then to see him in there with Vito and PCO, 2 other guys from our childhoods, was really nice to see. It was nostalgic. Was it the best technical wrestling match? No, but not every match needs to be a technical
5-star classic. Yeah. Some stories are told through action and words and just presence. Some stories are told standing up. Not everything has to be on the mat. And I believe that. I'm not saying 5-star wrestling is bad. Of course it's not. I'm a Chris Sabin guy like the rest. But what I'm saying is like that match, it was special and it felt good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love it.
It was a moment.
Exactly. It's like when Hechicero left Ultimo Guerrera and his faction to join the evil, disgusting Don Callis family with his dope-ass headscarf.
That manages to sometimes get darker and wider
Yeah,
week.
I'm
Yeah.
starting to think he puts makeup on it because he's like Harry Potter scarring himself. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
got the scar, gives me power.
Uh-huh. So, now I understand that you're a big Wyatt 6 fan.
I am. I have every figure that Bray ever put out. We're still collecting all the Wyatt figs, but I got my Uncle Howdy mask on standby in case I need it.
Well, before we get into the Juggalucha specialty segments here,
I'm
we're
down.
going to take a short ad break, and I'm going to talk about our first sponsor,
Do it,
our
bro.
good friends at Stover's Liquidation, where you can get all of the liquidation and wholesale home improvement items that you could need. They've got truckload quantities available. You can go by and see them in person at 481 Tulsa Road in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, or you can go by and see them in person at 452 West Broad Street in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can call them at 931-526-2591 in Cookeville, or you can call them at 865-523-4449 in Oak Ridge. The hours are the same. They are open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. at both locations. They're closed on Sundays. Go by and see them, and make sure to tell them that Till 5 sent you. And we're back, good sir.
That was dope.
So, first off, let's see you pitch in 5 minutes rebuilding and redeeming the Wyatt 6.
Oh my God. So you want me to rebuild them from their debut?
That's the title. Take it from where you want.
You got it. So
you
if I was writing and the Wyatt 6, this beautiful, sexy quintet of wrestlers gets put in front of me, one of them a giant, by the way, doesn't even need to be sold. He's almost 7 foot. Anyway, we have a women's revolution. We have an amazing women wrestler with a gimmick, since we don't have any gimmicks at all. Everybody seems to be wrestler with shorts. Great. Nikki actually has a gimmick and a great finish, and she connects with the crowd, and she's a working lady. It'll do everything. We got a tag team. We don't just have a tag team with anything. We have a tag team with what? A gimmick, because it seems like we're short on those today. And not only do we have a gimmick, we have 2 wrestlers that are, you guessed it again, working men. They will literally do the story you give them. They will fly to Mexico, do the best match of the year, in my opinion, Carnival of Carnage match against the fucking homies. And then they fly back and they're like, thank you so much for taking an assload of bumps. Go sit in catering and we'll tell you when stars aren't needed. And then you have like one of the best wrestlers right now, and people don't even get to see him work. This man, Bo, let me talk to you about this man. He's got the new character down. He can talk for 4 hours straight in a truck. They give him a time limit. Listen, talk for an hour and 10 minutes. How about you talk for 45 and we'll see when you stumble? He didn't stumble, and he'll just keep going and going, always in character, never breaking. And then when it's time to put him on, they're like, listen, we got this thing for B-Fab and Meech, and you got what? And it literally makes my brain melt. Now, let's go on to Giants. I love you, Omos. Your stance by itself, standing still like this, that should make more money than most people can ever see, because you can do this at 7 feet tall. Now, 7'3". Thank you, baby. Now imagine if you could be just a tiny bit smaller, do backflips, giant high kicks, get up the top rope, can talk, can use weapons, and will do whatever you need anybody else to do. Now imagine you found this perfect wrestler, and he doesn't even give a fuck about titles. He's willing to stand in the background to tell stories. What are we doing? Are we like, did we walk away from what wrestling's supposed to be? We got 5 gimmicks, 5 wrestlers that are the top of their fucking game, each one with a unique finish, the ability to do the job, and won't bitch. What are we doing? That's just me, though. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know.
So what would you do with them, though? You have
Okay.
gimmicks. Where would you have put them? What would you have done to have made them actually get over?
The best part about a gimmick is you don't need a title. And because of that, you could like spice up the mid part of the show. They immediately dropped the Wyatt Six and killed it with Danhausen in a week. How did you know to blow the fucking roof off with Danhausen, a sales monster? But instead of doing it with 5 people, most of which would have been paid significantly less with a lower percentile per merch sale. And again, love Danhausen, massive fan. I'm just saying they could have gotten more money per cap. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's say you did Nikki Cross, and right now they have a mid-card title. The United States Women's Championship, it does nothing. It sits on Julia's shoulder. Now it's on Tiffany Stratton's, and it's going to look great in catering, I'm sure, until the next pay-per-view. And what they could have done is have somebody spooky chasing after the woman, and then when it's time to go for the title, like, they don't do it. Or she gets the title and she doesn't want it, but she doesn't want to lose either. And you could have, like, little gimmicks to make the title more important, especially since, like with the women, I would give it Nikki Cross, because having a gimmick, in my opinion, I just think she can hold a title. One of my favorite matches of all time in the women's division is Nikki Cross versus Asuka at NXT with no holds barred, with a fisherman suplex through a fucking table. That was amazing. I think with Joe Gacy and you, instead of putting them against My Fat Thumbs, you could have had them against, like, let's say, who's going for the title? They just dropped Motor City Machine Guns. They could have just been putting great matches on with them. Like, you could have had a storyline where just Bo and the family sits in the back. Right now, we have a new bloodline forming. Instead of doing it with the Fat Thumbs, they could have did it with the real bloodline. And then from there, had them fight over the Unifala. But the Unifala is like, well, if I have to give up the Unifala, you have to give up the Lantern. And they put the Lantern versus Unifala. Or you could have had a tag team.
So the problem with the Wyatt Six, and I feel like all along, was that it tried to be spooky in a modern era that's not going to let it.
I feel that heavily, but remember,
fell flat because it went too serious.
I get that, but remember, Chad Gable got shot in the head for this.
Yeah,
you remember that scene? Like, he was like laying there with like blood coming out of a single hole. It's like, wait, let's zoom in on just Chad for a minute. They shot that man, and
I feel like this gimmick, it was, first off, it was a hard sell. You're trying to finish the story of someone who's passed away. I just don't see how
I agree.
You're not going to pull that off. I have said it several times. I'll keep saying it. They should have finished Bray's story with a comic book.
Yeah, I think that would have been dope.
That would have been the perfect medium to say goodbye to him with, and I think that it would have been a lot better.
I think right now they have this gimmick with like what I would do if I had just Bo. I don't know what I would do with the family in the meantime. If I had just Bo, this is something I would do. I would have right now they have this gimmick with Lexus King called Birthright. And
it's Legacy 2.0.
Exactly. I would have Bo Dallas.
If you sleep with somebody that's also a multi-generation star, you get in it too.
Yeah, I'm very confused why Stax is there. But if he's got
the DNA.
He does. So like I would have Bo go down there and join it, and the family be confused, and him be like, "Bro, you keep telling me I'm this Uncle Howdy, and I don't know who you are." And then you have like him in the listen, like I'm with you guys. Look, my dad was Mike Rotunda. He's a legend. And like,
see, I would have liked for Bo to have gone back to Bo Dallas.
Well, the idea, from what I understand, was Bo and Uncle Howdy to be separate people, and the mask was supposed to be part of the overall, because they keep talking about the mask and the hat being haunted, and in the vignette or whatever. So I think the mask was supposed to pull him back or something. And I would love to have seen something where there's like more powers, because when did we lose the man that shoots lightning out of his hands, or the guy that slams the ground and the ring explodes? Like, we're slowly getting it back to where a man says you are cursed in sign language and then you get cursed. And then that's kind of funny. But
See, I feel like, and this is, I mean, WWE is not for me, and I own that. I admit that. It is much more of a kid's product. It's meant to be absorbed that way. Like, it's meant to be. So it is. The Danhausen thing to me has a very short shelf life.
yeah.
I have never been a huge Danhausen fan. Ironically, the show that he broke his leg at, I missed to stay home and watch AEW. I was gonna go to it. Facade was also booked on that show.
Yo, Facade's dope.
Now, as a luchador, apparently yourself, perhaps you can give everybody a lesson about Hechicero here.
Absolutely. Hechicero. AKA his original name, Rey Hechicero, King of Wizards. But when Hechicero is without the word Rey, then it actually means sorcerer. He's the man. Not only has this man taken some masks, he's even shaved some heads, which is basically like in Mexico, it's their version of saying, like, I took your mask, but you don't have one. But the person
versus hair.
Exactly. And then he is one of the few, which means that his name isn't known. News is on his side. They protect his name. So do promoters. Right now, his name isn't known, but he did come up in... I should remember it, but I can't. I lost my little piece of paper with notes. Unprofessional. I think it's Monterrey, Mexico. There you go. That's where he came up. And it's important because their local hero at the time was a wrestler, and he took his mask, and it was a very big deal. And then him moving on, he then got into a trio with Ultima Guerrera. And this trio was badass. And the Guerreras are a big, big wrestling name. Not the Guerreros. But the Guerreras. They have two pretty famous names, Ultima being one of them, and that's who Hechicero was in the trios with. They fought Atlantis, they fought Mystico, they fought like all of those three faction teams, because Atlantis has his dad and I don't remember the guy that they pal around with. Atlantis, pal, and friends. And they fought, and then afterwards he betrayed them and is now with the evil soul sucker known as Don Callis with his magical Harry Potter tattoo that me and my friend were now talking about seems to get darker.
Yeah, it's amazing. It grows, it deepens.
It might go to the back of his head. I'm not even sure.
Maybe it changes based on how close he gets to Kenny Omega and John Moxley. Like because you know how Harry Potter his would hurt whenever Voldemort got near.
Yo, I'm gonna start keeping such an eye out. Like, it's dark this episode. Kenny's near. Like,
yeah, Kenny Omega's gonna be here this week.
Yo, that's good shit.
Well, from the man who is well, I mean, is there anything else you need to catch us up on about Hechicero? I know nothing about him pre-AEW.
Easily, probably top 3 agave proficiencies. Practitioners. That's the word I'm looking for. Easily one of the top 3 agave practitioners. This man literally does, like, my favorite move that he does is he will put his knee on the back of your lower back and then get you into a cradle, and then he will flip you into the air. You will do a full backflip and land into a sleeper. And it is just a sexy move. And all of the time that this man is in the ring, your jaw will be on the floor. Him and El Clon right now are probably the 2 best agave practitioners since who do you think, babe? Not Mystico. Who's your favorite? Angel Garza? No. I can't remember his name. He used to pal around with Jack.
See, I got to see a really great.
Angelico. There you go. Angelico is a very good practitioner. He's a great submission lucha libre artist.
I got to see a really great technical match in AEW with Hechicero in Cincinnati last year with Nigel McGuinness, Daniel Garcia, Hechicero, and crap, who else was in that match? Because the winner took on Zack Sabre.
Oh wait, I think I know which match you're talking about. Oh, that's cool. You were there.
Lee Moriarty.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it was a 4-way. Yeah, and that's it was great to see. I love Nigel. Nigel is one of my.
Nigel's so great. Tower of London is one of the best finishers, bro.
And he's one of the few, like, I legitimately think that we're probably friends from wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Like, I've got some acquaintances that I've made over the years, but I feel like Nigel's actually good people that, yeah. I like Nigel.
He's a cool guy, bro.
Yeah, my dad's
He's a magician, bro. That's so sick. He should have Ace Austin that shit way before Ace Austin. Love you, Ace Austin.
Maybe they should be a team.
Bro,
Nigel McGuinness in Bullet Club.
I love it, bro. I am a big fan of managers and referees that have a name, because right now we only have Jessica Carter. Do you remember when Earl Hebner and Red Shoes and like what's the referee that killed himself like 900 times?
Tim White.
Yeah, all of the Greg White. Oh. Greg, is that his name?
Tim.
I have no idea, but those guys, he had the beard or whatever in WWF. Yeah, but we don't have any funny character reps and managers anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I thought Bryce Remsburg was kind of going to be that, but he ended up not. He's much more serious.
Do you remember Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan?
You are the second person to ask me about that match, and I've never seen it. I have never watched much of GCW.
Brother, that match.
I tried out one show and then just kind of was like, yeah, this ain't for me. But then I really enjoyed Joey Janela's Spring Break was probably my favorite all-around show of WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
So I was really excited for that. I know they're coming to Cincinnati in June too.
That's badass.
June is fucking stacked for Cincinnati.
Yeah, for sure.
The AEW has 2 shows, GCW has a show, and ICP has a show in a 3-week span.
I cannot wait to move to Ohio. Just fucking can't.
Well, you're in the Sunshine State right now.
Yeah. The problem is that shout out Super Famous Fun Time guys. I go to these shows like the Super Show that they put on, Juggle Ohio by Ouija, The Gathering, even though this year it's in Missouri, they would love to go back to Legend Valley if there wasn't a crappy ass fire marshal. So like I just love that town. I love that state. Everything that I'm about seems to go through it. You know what I mean? Can't wait to live there.
See, I've never been a big fan of Ohio. Being from Kentucky, driving through the hills my whole life.
Yeah.
Driving through Ohio is one of the most boring ass experiences to me because it's all flat.
I feel it.
So, one other wrestler that you told me you're a big fan of, and I think it's very fitting given that my former co-host was not a big ICP fan at all. You're a real juggalo. He last year shat all over Chris Jericho, even though he was a big Jericho fan. When we thought he was going to the WWE, he was like, "This is garbage. I can't stand this." So maybe you could give us some real information about the legend that is Jericho.
I'm down. The fucking lion himself. All right. So the Lionheart, obviously Canadian legend, honed his craft. Canada, went down to Mexico, then went to Germany, back to Mexico, went back to Germany, and then he got his ECW break. Then, oh wait, no, there's a Japan thing in there somewhere. Then he went to ECW, got his break. Then he's on WCW, WWE. Lately, he's been in AEW, absolutely fucking killing it. Let's see, his
A little bit of the bubbly.
a little bit of the bubbly. We actually have two of those little bit of the bubblies when I'm fully, the original ones. When I am fully sober and I can drink again, that's the first drink I'm gonna have. Is thanks to the man right there. Hold up, here he goes, the big Y2J, the handsome one. Oh yeah, him and Bray always up there. Oh, let me get you back. Let me get you back. Okay. Yep.
See, I've appreciated Jericho, but I've never been like, oh my God, he's my favorite wrestler. My best friend, brother from another mother, he was a diehard Jericho fan, and I called him up one day because Jericho was doing a free signing an hour away from us.
Yo, that's badass.
And I was like, dude, call into work. Let's go meet Jericho. Like, you love Jericho. Let's do this. So we go down there, and he's signing CDs and posters. He ends up joking with me about Monopoly cards because that was going on with McDonald's. Just really down to earth, super nice guy. I loved it.
Hell yeah.
So I liked that experience. But then last year, the original version of Till 5, both of us were going to Scarefest, and Jericho was a guest there who was charging $100 for an autograph, $100 for a picture. To go to his podcast taping was $125. It just felt like a constant money grab.
Yeah.
So that kind of soured him on him. And then the idea that he was going back to the WWE just did him in. But
okay. I understand.
That's why when you mentioned it, I was like, hell yeah, somebody else that loves Jericho. Because for me, Jericho, honestly, my most entertaining moments with Jericho have been either a little bit of the bubbly or rolling out a list either to put someone on it or to talk about arm bars.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I thought Conspiracy Victim was hilarious. I was getting into punk rock at the time. I grew up a WCW guy. At the same time that I was watching that, I grew up with a lot of punk rock groups. That's why I still wear my vest. I may have been the juggalo in the punk group and got made fun of consistently, but I grew up in a punk group. And because of that, I remember trying to find that aesthetic in wrestling and found ECW. I ended up, because of the way the tapings were scheduled, I saw Jericho on there, and I was like, what? This guy's fucking awesome. And then when he came to WWF, immediately started making me laugh. He fought with Stephanie McMahon, and then when I wanted to go see Planet of the Apes, he was the one doing the Planet of the Apes thing. And he came out with the apes and pied Stephanie, and then the other thing was I played a lot of the video games growing up with my friends, and we were very competitive with it. And I wanted a wrestler that had more than one outfit. I didn't like playing with the same outfit all the time. Jericho always had more than one outfit because he would request it. Then also, I wanted a wrestler that could do high flying and submissions. Jericho fit that. And then he was the only one with long hair and rock and roll that did it. That wasn't Edge. And so I became a big, just growing up, I was always a Jericho fan. And then right when I was in my teenage years and was like, oh, well, I really just kind of like serious wrestlers that are indie gods and do 5-star matches and stuff.
Wait, don't hate on Bryan Danielson fans.
I love him. And I remember thinking I was so picky, and right when I did it, Jericho cut his hair and he was like a real serious, and I was like, damn, dude, this guy fucking heard me. And then he left, and I remember it was around the time that I had some life problems, and then when I solved them and came back is when around the time I started watching wrestling again. There was like a 5-year gap. Jericho was back in WWE doing his thing with the list and everything. And that shit with, oh my God, with Kevin Owens, that's still the funniest. I have that WWE set with all of the gifts, that the Festival of Friendship.
Yeah.
I have that set. And
yeah, see, I really enjoyed that era of Jericho. I
Yeah,
thought that was
same.
a blast.
There's just no every time. This is what I love about Jericho, is the reason I love wrestling gimmicks is because even a boring wrestler can make a gimmick work. And even if you're a bad wrestler, the reason when you're green and they stick you, like for instance, when I worked with ACW, Sammy was green. We didn't know what to do with him, so we just painted him green and we fucking stuck a mask on him and we called him the Turd. And the fucking crowd loved him. He sold T-shirts from a character called the Turd, and like he couldn't do anything but a scoop slam, but he could take bumps if you threw him, and as long as you cradled his neck, he was fine. And
the thing is, without the ability to work a gimmick, you're not able to get the crowd behind you.
Agreed. But the thing with Jericho, like Jericho is not the only, he's one of the few wrestlers that you forget he doesn't have a gimmick. Like people are like for instance, CM Punk. CM Punk has this tattoo that says no gimmicks needed, right? But I forget that that's right above a tattoo that says drug free, which is a gimmick. But he also has a long list of gimmicks. Like he does gimmicks consistently, you know. But the idea,
Jericho has had several gimmicks through the years.
Oh yeah, he always had. But the idea is that you forget that, with Punk, or not Punk. Let's do a different example. Let's say
He's from Chicago.
That's true. But let's say Edge. You forget that Edge doesn't have a gimmick sometimes when he's wrestling. He's just Edge. But he tells a story so well.
Cope.
Bro, Cope, I want to not hate it. I love you. And I want to not make fun of it. But
I've always been a big fan of Edge. I remember his debut, and it is so hard to call him Cope.
Cope is just I don't mind calling Christian Cage. I get it. That's his last name. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Bro, Cope doesn't. I get it's your real name, bro. I don't want to make fun of it.
I would be fine if they just called him Copeland.
Copeland, what sounds dope? That's his name. I love it.
Yeah, Cope sounds like you're trying to tell somebody to get over it.
Yeah, bro, get over it, dude.
Yeah, and it's like you're trying to tell me to get over your name.
Yeah, bro.
It doesn't work,
bro. I'm still trying to get over your name, dog.
Cope.
Cope. I don't know why I like Jericho. It might have just been because I grew up.
Jericho has just changed his to just Jericho. He's dropped Chris from it now.
I feel
do you have any match that particularly sticks out as an all-time favorite?
All-time favorite Jericho match? Triple threat. Jericho, Austin, Benoit. Jericho. The rematch between Jericho and Dean Malenko after Dean Malenko tricked his way back into the light heavyweight title scene with the mask.
Super Brawl.
Yeah.
When Malenko dressed up like Cycle Play.
I can never. I love Lucha Libre so much. Encycloplay.
Yeah, that one.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we agree. That was a fun match. I always look back.
Orange Cassidy and the fucking ridiculous pool.
Okay.
They sold me a pool of orange juice, and I wanted it.
It was actually mimosa.
Oh, right, mimosa. Right.
Yeah, because it was Mimosa Mayhem.
That they sold me a pool of liquid and I wanted it. I wanted every bit. I wanted more. That was a stupid match. And that man he owes Jericho money. That jacket was expensive. I keep that Jericho Appreciation Society on me, dude.
See,
all day, every day.
I liked the Learning Tree. I thought it was fun. I really
Learning
want a
to,
segment with him acknowledging that he's proud of Big Bill and Brian Keith at some
yeah,
point. I feel like that's needed.
that is very needed. The learning
Now,
truth is hi guys is so funny, and I've said it nonstop for months.
uh-huh.
Bye guys.
So before we get into our last segment here, let's give a shout out to our other sponsor, my good friends at Green Hemp Company, because they're rolling in the foothills of the Smokies from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. From 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. on Sundays, you can go by and see my good friend Hot Donna at 2560 East Andrew Johnson Highway, Suite 3 in Greenville, Tennessee, and make sure to tell her that Till 5 sent you. Or as Vito calls it, go by and see Hot Donna and the Hempies.
Yeah, hot Donna. That was
So,
a 70s reference. That's 70s too.
so big news right now in wrestling. I feel like it's time to discuss the elephant in the room and AI.
Oh shit. This is gonna be
Um,
weird.
I don't like it. I every graphic I make with a photo editing app. The option to use AI is there. I don't use it. I don't. It's not
I
my cup of tea because I feel like if I'm making a graphic, it should be more artistic than that. Even if my graphics are chaos. The elephant there is in fact an AI elephant in a bathtub, though, because I felt like it was justified here.
I see like that part of using AI as the correct tool. You thought of, I want to put an elephant in a bathtub behind this. So you went to AI to make that for you to help your art. That's correct. But if what they're going to do is say, okay, I suck at storytelling, generate story, it's like, bro, you could hire a storyteller that was a wrestler.
Well, the
And
same thing can be said for the videos. I don't agree with using AI to make your video.
I agree
If
with
you
that,
can edit it by hand, edit it by hand. If you can't
especially if
edit
you're
it by hand,
WWE with
yeah,
multi
WWE for
billion.
sure. If you're somebody who's broke, I get that it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah.
But
WWE's got that billions behind it with access to
yeah,
like all of the people.
if you can afford to pay anybody, then you can afford to pay a video editor. Like that's if you're going to produce videos,
That's
hire a
true.
video editor. I mean, it sucks to put it that way, but that's kind of an integral part. Don't just go and type in like, "Give me Dominic Mysterio clips holding the title."
Bro, that was so embarrassing.
That's awful.
That
Don't.
AEW belt. Good job, Dominic. You fucking killed it.
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like at the rate we're going, especially after Nick Khan's like, "Where do you see when we go for WrestleMania 2028?" Are we going to go to a virtual WrestleMania? Is that what's
Bro, if
coming?
we go to virtual WrestleMania, I'm going to throw up in my butt. I don't even know what that means, but it's going to happen.
Is that like boofing your own vomit?
I really hope not, because I already put it in the universe and I'm scared now.
Well, if they go to a virtual WrestleMania, that's what you've signed up for.
It's what I've signed up for, brother.
And I won't forget.
And Mandy said she won't forget.
There you go. That'll be a live stream for sure. Put that on
Fucking
Twitch.
virtual WrestleMania, bro. It just hurts to say that. It hurts
Well,
to say those
think
words.
about it. They could easily. We have AI technology that is putting Val Kilmer in a movie that he was dead before it started filming.
Oh my God, you're right.
You give a couple more years advancement,
A wrestler
could-
only has to do like a couple matches until the AI gets its moves, and then
you
you
gonna
can
tell me
retire.
that you couldn't put every Steve Austin match into an AI program that WWE owns the rights to the video of,
That's
and
true.
have a virtual Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk match?
Damn, CM Punk versus Austin would be such a fucking good match.
Yeah, but that's what they'll do now.
Yeah.
Everybody's video games will come to an AI version if they don't start getting the shit under control. One thing that I do really like, and one reason that I did go and grab this AI elephant, Did you know that the United States does not recognize copyright on AI graphics and images?
I did not.
Yeah. That's why WWE couldn't pull down videos making fun of it.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've gotten a hit with so many copyright hits for shorts that Tanner made back in the day of wrestlers that had ECW clips that
Okay.
WWE owns the rights to. Like, I would go back and hit it weeks later. I'm like, oh, fuck you guys.
Yeah. That's
Come
fucking
on.
stupid. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's why I make one making fun of AI and they can't do shit as long as it's their AI footage.
That's interesting.
The
The more you know.
Depends on what they decide to do with AI laws.
Yeah, it's weird, like thinking about what laws they're going to enact and how they're going to enact it. It's interesting.
Yeah, I was listening to What Culture today,
Okay.
and they were discussing it, and I agree. If AI is replacing a job that a human can do, and you can afford to pay that human, then you should have a human doing that job.
I agree, because you're taking a job away from a person.
Yep.
Art should be created by artists.
I agree. Art should be created by artists.
Well, yeah. At the point that you're doing it with a computer, it's not art anymore. So, yeah, my graphics may not be the best thing in the world, but by God, I made it by hand. Look at that. Look at that sweet.
I don't know. That's pretty sexy to me.
You have got Juggalucha, Juggaluke Skywalker there.
I love it, bro.
And the Wyatt Six.
I love them. I love the Wyatt Six, man. They're the greatest. Well, not the greatest, but they're my greatest.
They're some of your.
They're some of my greatest.
Some of my keep adding in subtitles to that.
Yeah, just a few more, and we'll be right where we need it.
Greatest from the WWE in the last 5 years.
To me.
Yeah, to you. Yes. I don't know that I do. Finn Balor's there. That I
Finn
have
Balor's
greatest
so great.
Of the WWE in the last 5 years.
The greatest in the WWE the last 5 years. Was Bray alive? When did Bray pass?
2 years.
2 years ago? Bray Wyatt.
You're Bray no matter what.
Yeah, it's my favorite wrestler of all time.
See, I won.
Him and Jericho are tied. I can't pick between them.
With High Spots, I won a Bray Wyatt poster that was signed.
That's so
and
sick.
I ended up selling it on eBay like 2 weeks later.
I have my signature right above my. Like I have a little here. I'll take you on a tour. I have my Bray Wyatt shrine is over there, but I keep my Jericho and my Bray Wyatt right up there, and then that's like a vampiro, and then I have like my Mudas and vampiros down there, and then you come over here, and this is my Bray Wyatt section. I got all his pops and all his figures. Like I got everything from like the older ones, like when the Fiend first did his Ultimate, to like I even got the ones in between that are the same but just have a different box. And I got like even the Mountain Dew match. I thought that match was fucking dope. I love shit like that.
I didn't hate the Pitch Black match. Like I feel like a lot of people get mad at WWE because they don't realize what they're getting into when they watch it.
Yeah, people over expect certain things and they forget that you can be spooky, but WWE doesn't like when you use lightning or fire because those are trademarked to other people. And they also don't like when you use fire as a weapon unless it's not part of your gimmick. So like Alistair can use it because he doesn't have fire as part of his gimmick. But if Bo were to ask to shoot a fireball, they'd be like, well, you have a gimmick, and that'll end up being tied to your gimmick. We don't want you to be confused with Kane. And it's crazy how they do that because they don't want people to put two people together in the video games when they're on their off time, and then when they're in the TV show, expect to see that and then be let down.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept.
I look at, I was meaning more about WWE, and at this point, like, I can't complain about their ads because I
No.
know what I'm getting into. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hot garbage every fucking time.
Yeah, I when they let the Wyatt Six go, it really hit me in the dick. Like, I was like, bro, you guys let my family go, and then but you have the Lucha Brothers, and I want to just take a break from you guys, but you have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, and I want to watch them. And then there's now this French luchador that I'm obsessed with, and then he gets injured right away, and I really hope I didn't cause that, because I was like, hey, love that guy. Oh, he's injured. And hope I didn't fucking, like, it's good. I hope the Juju's all good. Hope he comes back and does some stuff. That LaFleur guy, or whatever his name is, he's fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
NXT. There's
dude, I hate NXT. I have never been able to enjoy it. I feel like I'm going to repeat this story, but NXT to me was only enjoyable when it was on Sci-Fi.
Okay.
When Bryan Danielson's mentor was The Miz.
Okay, so
that was funny to me. Okay.
Yeah.
But now I don't care about their C team. There is zero that you can offer me with Ricky Saints and 8 million ad breaks that makes me want to tune into the product.
I feel that. Right now, I'm nervous about NXT, but there's we'll see. I haven't watched this week's yet, so.
Well, you saw the news that they signed a new deal?
I have not.
Yeah, they're exclusive to CW now. The PLEs and everything for it.
Interesting. The one that I'm pretty much over is LFG. That's pointless.
Well, especially since they fired everybody from it.
Yeah, if you fire everybody that's winning, then what's the point of winning?
Hold on. Now look. Who won Tough Enough when The Miz was on it?
Oh, I don't know. It's the same thing with Boogeyman, though. Like, yeah, Maven might have won, but Boogeyman's the one that had the career. You know what I mean?
I don't hate Maven's career, but Miz lost, Daniel Pewter won.
Yeah, Daniel Pewter, man, way to fuck it up.
I'm not surprised to see somebody that didn't, or that won, not end up with a good career, because I feel like they expect the athletes to end up well.
No, I agree, but I feel like even if somebody sucks, but they won your show, you still got to run them a couple times in NXT to make the show legit. Like, be like, listen, I'm not going to lie, you didn't make it. We're going to fire you in 6 months, but we'll give you time every week to build your equity. That way, when you're leaving, you can go somewhere else and, like, hopefully get a job. But
it could be real simple of like, look, we're going to slap you with why aren't we slapping these people with tag teams? That is all. That's how you get these people to learn.
That's the classic move in wrestling to build people up.
And instead, we're just trying to throw them out there and letting them blow out ACLs.
I feel that. They need to bring back house shows because people are getting injured, bro. Like, their body needs to stay warmed up. And
but then they're going to lose money.
No, I get it. That's what it's about. And, like...
But why would we pay? And that's Vince McMahon hated tag team wrestling for that reason. Because then he had to have 2 flights.
Yep.
Well, Juggalucha, I appreciate you joining me for this week.
Always, brother.
You have a good one. And
you too. Whoop, whoop.
We'll see everybody next week on Till 5.